today's topic, Mike, we in our entrepreneurial must series, the third topic where we talk about exceeding customer expectations, not just meeting expectation, exceeding them, just wowing the customer. Would you like to say something about that? Any example in your life you saw some company has wowed the customer, and then I will try to bring another one.
Okay, the one that always springs to mind is what's called the baker's dozen. Have you come across it before?
No.
Well, when I was young, we didn't have hypermarkets. We had, candlestick makers, we had butchers, we had bakers. And when you went down to the bakers to buy a bread roll, you'd ask for a dozen, which is 12. They would always give you 13. So they would always give you one extra. So known as the baker's dozen. So It's exceeding expectations. The only challenge that we've got nowadays is that when you exceed your customers' expectations, that now becomes the new standard. And then afterwards they're coming back and say, well, you gave me that last time. What else are you going to give me this time? Right? Yeah. Because that is now normal. It's not, I now expect that. Right?
Yeah.
Before you gave me something I didn't expect. Like, this is the third time I'm coming. You're still giving me this? Come on, what else is new?
Yeah.
So we've always got to be innovating. We've always got to be looking for what else can I give? What else can I give? What else can I give? When your customers leave you, they're going to say one of three things. Something good, something bad, nothing at all.
Yeah.
And that comment is entirely up to you. Obviously, if you want them to say something good, you've got to wow them. And so they go out saying, wow, the last interaction I had with Sandy, you really need to talk to this guy because he will blow your mind.
I feel you're blowing everyone's mind right now with your experience and with your examples. I love this example of baker's dozen. And I remember one more thing I read a few days back about Zappos. And Zappos is a shoes online store and how they actually created. I'll give you an example of ICICI Bank I used to in India. And these people are measuring the call centers performance based on how many calls these poor people doing every day. And the moment I ask a complex question, the other person, the banker there, is trying to get off the phone so fast and never come back, never come back. They will just give me a number and then they will never respond. And I could figure out what's going on. And I think their measurement style was different. And when you compare that worst kind of a scenario in that bank to Zappos, where I think I saw two examples. One was that one call took 6 hours for selecting shoes for a lady in US, and that guy was kept going answering their questions and helping them find the shoes. And I'm not saying everybody can afford that right now, but that's a learning from them, that how companies are built, and that's billions of dollars worth of company now. The second example, which I have found in Zappos itself, that when somebody had to return, they failed, the customer could not return because her husband or somebody in the family died or return the shoes on time. And when the customer service guy realized that has happened, she didn't ask for the refund. She sent the flowers to her. Okay. And that's the power of the relationship, right? And that's one of the reasons why this company is so big now. Would you like to say something?
Well, I can think of two. One is Nordstrom's, which has an unbelievable customer experience reputation. And it's an older lady who turns up with, I think it was 4 tires. They were old tires. And she said, they don't fit my car. Please take them back. And they accepted the tires and gave her a refund or whatever.
Okay.
Nordstrom's don't sell tires. Right?
Okay.
But what was important is the customer experience.
Yeah. And I am a fan of Costco. If you know about Costco, and since you don't live in the United States, but Costco is one of the competitors of Walmart and all that stuff. That's the power of service we are talking about. And I think you talked to me something about Rolls-Royce also in the past. Do you think it's a good example here?
That was many, many, many years ago, maybe 40s or 50s, when cars were really noisy. They were really noisy machines. And when Rolls-Royce went over to the US, they said the only thing you can hear at 70 miles an hour is the ticking of the clock.
Oh,
right. So it was a really quiet car, and Rolls-Royce don't break down. There was a gentleman touring France in his Rolls-Royce. Universal joint on the propeller shaft had a problem, started making a noise. So he stopped at the hotel. He rang Rolls-Royce and said, model whatever, there's a problem with the universal joint. And Rolls-Royce said, okay, let's see. And they sent 2 guys out on the next ferry to there, and overnight they changed the universal joint. They did not inform the owner of the car. So when he got up in the morning and he started the car, the noise was not there. So he rang Rolls and says, well, how much do I owe you for the repair? And Rolls-Royce said, what repair? Rolls-Royce don't break down, sir.
That's a great story. That's a great story. I love both of them. And I think one more thing I would like to share is I don't know how it has happened. If you know about GoDaddy is a very big company, and I'm a customer of GoDaddy, and I realized
domains.
Yes, and I was very happy with their customer service till the time I think they outsourced it a few months back. And I was so frustrated explaining everything and going back. And again, the same measurement of the calls and all that. It sucked. For 4 months, I was hating to call them. Yesterday, when I called the GoDaddy again, fearing that the same experience will happen, when the American picked up the phone, I could understand, and I'm not interested in talking to anybody else. And because of that experience, I went to other companies like Namecheap and all that to buy a domain, because I thought, who cares? If the experience is so bad, I'll just go and buy somewhere where I don't have to pay. So anyway, you wanted to say something. And then the last, I think, do you have any other example would you like to say about customer service? It's a very, very important topic. We are not talking here and giving all the hundreds of points we need to create service. We're just trying to tell the entrepreneurial musts in the entrepreneurial must series. They must look at these examples, correct?
Absolutely, because if you don't, there's 20 odd of them, but it's not recommended. These are virtually compulsory things you need to look at. If you're not looking at these, then your business is probably not going to be as successful as you would wish it to be.
Yeah, even though you are spending 20 hours a day on building the business, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares how much hard you work.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, thank you very much. And it's a great pleasure talking to you again. And we'll catch up again. Thank you.
Thank you.